Hey guys, Nikhil here from Home. In this video, we are going to talk about everything which can go wrong with plumbing in your home. With me are the management team of Nemati. They help with home inspections, have inspected thousands of homes across India. So thanks a lot for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
So just tell me about plumbing. Like, what have you normally identified things which go wrong in plumbing? What should a normal consumer be alert about?
When we talk about plumbing, we talk about two things. One is the fixtures. They are usually the wash basin, the EWC, European water closet, and then we talk about the utility sinks. So then coming to the CP fittings, they are nothing but commercial plumbing fittings. Usually they are confused with chromium fittings. So like the taps, the faucets, the showers. So we start with the fixtures first. We check for the damages first of all. If there anything is damaged, because most of them are made of porcelain, there could be some cracks or chip off or something like that. Then we check for whether they have been fixed properly, without shaking, being firmly, and the exact place it has to be. Then whether all the sealants have been properly applied. That's about the fixtures. Then we come to the CP fittings. In CP fittings like taps, we check for the functionality, whether they're operating properly. Nowadays, most of these taps come with an inbuilt mixer. Hot water and cold water, they get mixed, and also the volume can be controlled in a single fixture. So we check for whether the hot water, cold water flow is okay, and also the mixing is okay, and whether it operates properly.
There have been cases where when you switch on the tap, the shower works, or when you have the shower, the tap is not open, the shower doesn't work. So things like that. So those are certain interesting things that we found, which we have got on different channels, but those are the things that you need to keep tune of, right? So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Why? So those are the things that we keep an eye out for. And as he was mentioning, slope. You pour water on the balcony, the water has to flow. You pour water in the wet area, that has to flow. Because you don't want to be standing in your own puddle while you're taking a shower. Water has to flow. So those are the kind of things that you look at also as part of the inspection that we perform.
So first part was fixtures. What's the second part?
Second one is the fittings, CP fittings.
Okay.
Commercial plumbing fittings, the taps, the faucets, the showers, they all come in the second category. Then the functionality is checked, and also the ease of operation. So you should not get jammed, and some things, as you were telling, sometimes the shower is not a small button. It doesn't function. So when you open the tap, the shower comes off, and by mistake, they have done some mistake. Even we have seen in one case, when you opened the wash basin tap, the shower came on. So those are some mistakes also we have come across.
So moving on to the next part, I have heard horror stories of leakages and things getting damaged and like entire lines of apartment being changed. So do you guys check for that as well?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is that called? Like just the pipes or what?
So we do a dampness check. So we don't go into the insides, the innards of the building. If there is a leakage and it manifests, a human eye can see it. If the human eye can't see it, but there is still dampness, then we use a thermographic camera and a moisture meter in conjunction to make sure that we can identify damp spots. So we identify the damp spots and we give them a solution. So we say that, look, there is a damp spot here, there is something, and you need to talk to the builder to get it rectified. But if this is something other than home inspection, we also do only a dampness inspection, where we will identify the damp spot, find the cause, the root cause of it, and tell a solution to the homeowner.
Like how do you do this exactly?
So,
do you use special devices?
yes, so we use a thermographic camera like I mentioned. A thermographic camera is an IR-based, infrared-based camera, which allows you to look using IR instead of normal light that you see, and that allows you to see the temperature variation. So the wall can be cooler either because there is dampness or because it's cool for some other reason. Now if it's cool because of dampness, then in conjunction with the moisture meter, you can identify that there is actually dampness, right? So we say that that is a damp spot. If it's a home inspection, then we will say that there is a damp spot and stop it at that. But if it is an individual owner who has not come for home inspection, but has come for a dampness inspection, then we take it a step or two further, where we will identify the root cause of that dampness. Okay, we have very senior people with 40, 45 years of experience who go to the site, find with the root cause, and then we say, take these steps to get it rectified. If they want, we can also identify contractors to get that rectified and give them a solution, a full solution for that.
Super. So, when you say dampness check now in plumbing, I have a couple of questions. Now, this is specifically not for individual homes, I'm talking about apartments. Normally, this is something which I have faced. You know, like I live in an apartment and there's issues in our plumbing where all 4 houses or everyone in a particular line facing. So, like, are you able to identify those issues as well?
Like I said, if it is a problem for you and we come for home inspection for you, if you have an issue, we will identify that there's an issue. We do not go into the root cause of that issue because the builder is still online and the builder knows what the solution needs to be. If we provide a solution, then we are stepping on his toes. So we don't do that. There could be a case where it's a sunken slab or there is a false ceiling. So then, if there's a problem, then we will have to take permission to go on top to see what the problem is. But that is something we try not to do because we don't have permission to go to somebody else's apartment.
Makes sense. Fair enough.
Many times they come together, they are cooperative being neighbors.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it's frustrating for them also.
Yeah,
Exactly. So the problem here can manifest from somebody on top.
Right.
So then the person on the lower floor will complain. If the person is cooperative, then it's an easy solution.
Right.
If it is not, then other methods need to be added.
Super. So normally, what are some very common issues you've seen in terms of leakage and all these things and drains and all those?
So there could be leakage. It could be because of various reasons. There could be dampness that's manifested. So what we do is we ask the homeowner to tell the builder to charge the pipes for a day or two before they come and do a test. Most of the time, since the buildings are not occupied, valves are shut off to the supply of water to the whole apartment. Now what that does is that does not generate any pressure within the pipes inside.
Right.
So if the valves are shut off, there's no pressure. So you ask them to turn it on. That means that all the pipes are charged. When the pipes are charged, this means that there is pressure that develops. If there is a leak, it will manifest and the water will then leak out. Over a 2-day period, we believe that it will come out to the surface, so we can then identify it. Whereas if a builder does not do it and then just turns it on, it becomes difficult.
Right. Makes sense.
In most of the cases, what we have seen is the workmanship of the plumber who is finishing the apartment. So he is at fault. The builder would have provided good materials. When fitting it, they do over tightening or improper sealing of the joints.
Right.
That causes all these issues.
Interesting. Yeah, because more often than not, I guess most builders use the best of the brand.
Exactly. So Gouranier or Jacquard, which is nom de guerre, which everybody uses. But there could be other brands also.
Right.
But these are the brands that people generally speak of. So they're all good brands. But at the end of the day, it's the person who's fixing it who needs to be careful.
Plumbing issue, in my experience, is only due to the workmanship problems.
Wow.
Very, very little to do with the brand or the material used.
Oh, okay. That's surprising. Awesome. Now, moving on in plumbing itself, I also want to understand about drains and all those things. So, how do you check those and what exactly are issues which you guys have seen?
So for drains, we check it mostly for villas. So when there's a drainage part it's outside, so we open the manhole cover and ask people to pour water to make sure that you can see there is enough flow, whether there's flow or not. Inside an apartment, we only have to flush to see water flows out. There's no splash black. The showers are working properly and the water flows off into the shower or in the balcony and things like that. But apart from that, there is not much you can see because we don't know what lies beneath, right?
Right, interesting. And what about the formation of this, what is that called, crack walls and all that because of plumbing? Like, are you able to identify?
Cracks because of plumbing? Can you be a little more specific?
So I've seen this, I don't know what it's called in English, but papri getting formed on the wall.
That's
Because of dampness.
Dripping and something.
Because of dampness.
Because of
That's
dampness.
the extended version of dampness.
Yeah, when there is a severe dampness,
Right.
the paint gets peeled off.
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
it appears as a blisters.
Exactly.
Blisters, and also there is one more thing you should know. Any dampness corrodes the reinforcement inside. Reinforcement,
So
I mean,
this is technical.
stainless
So-
steel rods,
Right.
which are provided for strength.
Oh.
Moment there is a dampness, it corrodes the steel rods inside. And
Okay.
moment there is a corrosion, that expands the rod. When it corrodes, it expands and pushes the plaster away.
So why does it expand? Iron, Fe becomes ferric oxide.
Right.
Ferric oxide has a larger volume, lesser density. When the volume expands, the plaster around it
Okay, so can structurally it can become
Yes, very true. Yes, yes.
Durability of the building is
I have to get this checked for my home now because I have blisters on the walls of a bathroom and all.
Yeah, it's very serious. See, structurally it can cause, but it can also have fungus growth, which can cause you health hazard.
Oh.
So the fungus can be dangerous to people breathing it.
I have a question also. So you guys do home inspection for new homes, existing homes, whatever. But in how many new homes have you seen fungus growth because of that?
30% of all homes that we have inspected has got some form of dampness or the other.
Oh my god.
60% of all homes have a variation in area. Now that you've talked about data, from the 4,500 odd apartments that we've done, in a 2,000 square foot apartment, on average, there are about 130 to 140 points that we identify.
No, fix. I have a question. So specifically about plumbing and dampness and all, like, I'm trying to understand how many of them you've already seen fungus growth.
So fungus growth, I can't tell you offhand, but there have been at least a handful of them where we've seen fungus growth. We've seen cases where there have been mushroom growth
In a brand new apartment.
in a brand new apartment on wooden floors. Yes, we've seen cases where the wooden floor has bulged up because of problems. There have some, see, these are all, what shall I say, extreme cases. They're all outliers, right? So we can't judge everything with an outlier. So there have, maybe out of the 4,300, 4,500 that we've done, there may be 3-4 cases of this sort,
Right.
right? But dampness is in 30% of them.
30% of them.
Yes,
Like,
some form of dampness or the other.
wow. And is it, so now talking about plumbing again, is it rectifiable?
Of course,
Like they have to open up the wall and all?
they don't have to open up the wall.
Eh?
Not always. Not always. It could be due to something leaking in the surface level.
Right.
As I told you, when you're fixing, a simple example I'm giving. When you fix a tap onto the pipe comes from the wall and there is a joint at the wall level. You fix the tap. So that time by overtightening that gets cracked. So that causes leakage and it goes behind the tiles and spreads everywhere. And in one case, I have seen when you a particular leakage, which is at this point, has gone through the wall and it is coming near the wash basin mirror. It's coming oozing out of the wall pipe. So that is an extreme case.
So that's the, see,
It's like just the flow of water.
yeah, so see, you'll have a granite slab here in most cases, and then you have a sink.
Right.
So when water leaks and there is not waterproofing, water will go through. So when it goes through, then the capillary reaction will bring it on top, and there's waterproofing everywhere else. So it will take the shortest path and come out because of pressure from some random place. Right. So that's what happens. So those are again, these are all extreme cases.
Right.
But these are cases.
They do happen.
They do happen. That's true.
Awesome. Anything else consumer should be alert about in plumbing space?
Just get it checked by a professional who knows what he's doing. Don't go to, people say, what is it that you do that a plumber can't do? A plumber is a plumber. A plumber is not a trained home inspection engineer.
Right.
They don't know to check everything, right? So there's a saying, somebody with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Right, so for a plumber, everything will be waterproofing or everything will be just removing the tiles. But here we go and we understand things because of the vast experience that we have.
Right. You're trying to do a root cause analysis instead of just tightening
Exactly.
a fixture here and there.
As another
Exactly.
example, what I normally give is, in India, most of the drugs are available without prescription. So many people have that habit of directly going to the medical shop and asking for some headache or for a fever. So directly buying from a pharmacist or going to a doctor, get it properly diagnosed and buy the right medicine through a prescription.
Right.
So we are in the place of a doctor.
Right. Awesome. So guys, hope you got to learn something about things to think about when you're buying a new home, about plumbing and what you should get inspected. If you have any questions for Nirmati, We have the link in the description. Please go check them out and you can leave a comment below. I'll ask them to reply to comments. We have few more videos related to this. You can check out the playlist here and we link it in the description as well. We have another video coming up regarding safety and fire safety, which a lot of homeowners tend to ignore, not because of lack of interest, but just because of the fact that they don't know what to look for. So we'll be covering that soon with the help of Team Nemati. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in our next video.